Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another sighting of the Coach Ryan Mahon Show. Coach Mahon and the Buccaneers go deep on the road to Arkansas to pull out somewhat of a shootout, winning 56-33 over Arkansas Baptist. We have on the line with us now none other than Coach Ryan Mahon. How you doing this week, Coach?
Very happy to be home. That's for damn
I know it was a long, long road, but a non-conference game on top of that. But you guys go out, execute. Give us a recap on how things panned out for the Bucs.
Well, it started out kind of slow for us. We had two turnovers. One, just, Carlos got surprised by a defensive end and put it on the ground. Then we had a really long play and then a really long another play, and Carrick Weekball just fumbled it trying to make a bigger play out of it all. So we stumbled there, but and they came out ready to play. They went up 14-0 real quick, ended the first quarter, and then we came back and got 21 points. And we tied it all up at halftime, 21-21, and then we came out in the second play of the second half and scored, and then kind of ran away with it from there.
Now, is it safe to assume, Coach, and, I just want to stress the word assume, you guys coming off a very tough home loss against a highly competitive team, you go on the road, do you think they were still kind of leaving some of their feelings back in Brenham on this road trip?
It was a hard loss, there's no question, but it was really probably our best week of practice. I mean, these kids are young, they're resilient. It was just, it's our first trip where we had to actually stay the night, so they're constantly learning. I mean, this is a business trip, learning how to get ready for a long New Mexico military trip we got coming up this week.
Absolutely, and that was going to say two back-to-back monstrous road trips. You're going to have to reevaluate how you play in some of these games in the future, huh, Coach?
The schedule does change. It's not going to be back-to-back next year. I know that, thankfully. We'll spread them out.
Well, the Bucs extend their record to 5-1 overall. Now they'll come back into conference play with New Mexico Military, another team that still trying to find their way, if you will, and it's going to be another test on seeing if the Bucs can answer the call to take care of business when necessary.
No question. I mean, it's really kind of an interesting time in the conference play. You've got us, Trinity Valley, and you got Tyler. We're all, got one loss, and then everybody else is they're mulling about themselves now. I mean, we were so, top-heavy to begin our conference schedule. Now all the big boys, they're playing each other. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks, and it always is in this conference of trying to, figure out who's going to be going to the playoffs, who's going to be staying at home, who's going to be recruiting early. So it'll be a fun ride.
It should be a fun ride, an interesting ride. I know we have to let it go, but I know you said, man, if I could go back a couple of weeks ago to rewrite some things, you'd be sitting in a much, much prettier situation right now. But nonetheless, the Bucs are destined for what appears to be a playoff run. Going in the final stretch here, it seems like the season just got started, and you're already looking at the end of another season this year.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. This is really kind of the third quarter if you put the season into a game for us. We had to handle up with Arkansas Baptist. Now we've got New Mexico Military, and then we've got a bye week that leads into NEO. So that would be the end of the third quarter. And, no, I don't like talking about it, but then the fourth quarter would then hopefully be the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Like a lightning delay or something. Yeah.
I do understand. Now, projecting, and like I said, we're not trying to get too ahead of ourselves. Just trying to gauge your playoff run. Would it start with a conference foe or someone in another conference for you to start things off?
Well, no, it's wins and losses in our conference. So one would play four going to one, and then two would play three, with three going to the number 2 seed. So it kind of is projected on wins and losses and who beat who, and then it always seems like points are involved with how many points one scored over the other, just based on losses.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with all that being said, you still pulling on that inside track where you can at least host that first round of the playoffs as the Bucs get ready for the final stretch, the third quarter, if you will, of the season. Now, you got New Mexico Military coming up. I know that you don't want to take any guys for granted. What are going to be some of your keys for you to move forward on another treacherous road trip?
Well, one, obviously travel well. We've got a good plan in place and where we're going to stay, where we're going to eat, where we're going to practice. on Friday. So we've got that handled up. Now it's just going out and doing it. Having just a good focus throughout the trip, and just making sure these young kids are aware, of each and every situation that they're going to be into, and we've done a good job setting this up, in my opinion. And then also just making sure they know that this is one game, and this is the only thing. It's the most important game that you have this season because it's the next one. So.
That's very good. We got Coach Ryan Mahon on the line. This is going to be a condensed version because we got a special guest. Coach Mahon is going to join us live on Tuesday, October 10th for Waller County Line Barbecue, and we're looking very forward to that, Coach, as you get a chance to meet some of the folks down in the Waller County area to help spread that Buck Nation message throughout the rest of the county.
No, I love it. I can't wait. It's going to be a good time.
Yes, sir. Coach Ryan Mahon and the Bucks go on the road to be victorious over Arkansas Baptist by the score of 56-33. Coach, as always, want to give you the final segue, and then we'll shut this segment down for this week's edition of the Ryan Mahon Show.
Well, I just want to just say how proud I am of my kids. Just how they've done it all year, but just every situation they just keep getting older and older and older and getting better experiences. And, I just want to thank the Buck Nation out there for all the support. We're going to need it all the way through the rest of the year.
Absolutely. Coach Ryan Mahon and the Bucks improve their record to 5-1. We'll see Coach live this Tuesday from Waller County Line Barbecue. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and as always, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.